Hi, my name is Glenn Bake with His Good Treasure Farm. I just wanted to do a video real quick. We had some chicks arrive this morning. This is half of the chicks that I'm going to have arrived this month. I've got another comment. This is Leia, by the way. She's interrupting my video very nicely, aren't you? But this is 130 chicks here. I've got another 120 coming. I just wanted to show you these birds here this morning. We're going to go outside as well, out to the brooder, and we're going to load these birds in the brooder. We'll show you some of that process. We'll talk about these birds a little bit this morning. These ones here came from Town Line Hatchery. Actually, it's a Michigan hatchery, and the others came from another hatchery. I was not able to get all of my birds from one hatchery at one time, so I had to kind of split them up. But let's take you through that process. Hi, I'm over here in the brooder now. Well, not in the brooder, but right next to the brooder. We're getting ready to put these chicks in. I just wanted to open these up and give you guys a little sneak peek and an idea of what happens when many of you may have never ordered chicks like this before. And it's a little bit different than just going down to Tractor Supply and picking some up. Tractor Supply is getting them like this, I would imagine. But what you're not seeing when you buy it from Tractor Supply is often you will have just a few, 3, 4, maybe in a batch this size. We'll see what we get when we open it up. Fatalities when you open the box. So we're going to open the box and we're going to see what's inside. We may find a few fatalities. I'm just warning you of that now because that's just normal when we're dealing with sending chicks. And I can tell you Tractor Supply is getting the same thing. They're just taking them out, so obviously, and placing them in their thing and taking care of all that stuff for you ahead of time. But I'll go ahead and open these up so that we can see kind of what we're dealing with. Okay, so we're going to see what we got here. This is the, I got to take the straps off altogether, and then we'll start with this top box here and see what we ended up with. Okay, so this is just a half a box here. I'm going to look around real quick. These little guys right here. I got straight run birds, so I'll have some male, some female, some roosters, some hens. And they are actually bred so that, we getting it on the camera, okay? They're bred to be they can be as many as 7 to 9 pounds in 8 weeks, depending on how you're raising them and if they're male or female. I usually try to keep my birds in that 5-pound-ish range. I think it's better for you all because many of you don't want a 9-pound bird, and I understand that. But that little guy right there, he will be ready for market in 8 weeks. He's already starting to get a little bit of feathers on their side. These guys have not been genetically altered in any way in order to grow that fast. They have just simply been bred for growth. At the beginning of my video, my German Shepherd was there, and that German Shepherd was bred to be a German Shepherd, right? Somebody along the way figured out if I combine this and I breed for good genetics, I will get a German Shepherd, right? These are Cornish cross hens, so they have figured out that if I use this Cornish hen as the mom and this, I cannot remember the name of the, some kind of something rock breed. If I use that as the dad and I put them together, I will get these Cornish cross, what we call Cornish cross, and they're bred for growth and for quality meat. So I absolutely have no problem with breeding for what you're looking for, and that's what the Cornish cross is, and it will develop in about 8 weeks. In fact, I might do these in, we'll see, but there's no fatalities there. These guys look great. We'll go ahead and move to the next box. All right, and I have another batch about the same size, 120 birds coming. These guys are looking great too. This was Town Line Hatchery. It's a hatchery based right here in Michigan. They came a day earlier than I expected because of that, because they're so close to us. I'm looking around making sure, but I think these guys look like they're all healthy little buggers too. And we're gonna get them right into they're pecking my fingers, so right into the brooder. I'll let the kids do that for me here in just a minute. There's these guys here. Again, every one of them looks like they're doing good and healthy, but that is not always the case. Sometimes you get a few that have been exposed in some way on shipping or something happens, but these look really good. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to let that camera roll, and we'll catch the process here. The kids are going to put them in the brooder behind me. What they're going to do is they're going to take them out. They're going to dip their beak in water, and then they're going to just set them in there so that they can do their thing. We want to make sure they get water as soon as they can. They actually can go 72 hours, 3 days. They can go 3 days. Chickens in general, not just these chicks, but chickens in general can go 3 days without food or water because they're still living off of what was in the egg. And God designed them that way so that they can stay under mama while all the other eggs are hatching, because they don't all hatch at the same time, and mama can stay on top of them all so that they can all get hatched. So God designed it that way, and we're using that design, and that's kind of what we're about here. Is I believe that God made everything. He designed it a certain way, and that little guy tried to get out. And so we want to go with His design on things, and we want to farm in such a way that we are working with the way God made these animals, these critters, not against it. And so that's what we're doing here while we ship birds. And we'll go ahead now and we'll let these kids put them in the brooder, and I'll show you that in a speeded up form. Okay, so I counted, and I probably miscounted, I counted 128. There's probably a few more than that in there because I ordered 130. but it's really hard to count when all those kids are handing over those chicks, and I probably missed a couple in there, but they look like they're doing real good in there. They're finding food and water, and we're gonna probably tomorrow morning, I imagine, add a whole bunch more here. They will only be in this small space for about 3 days. These first 3 days are crucial. They start let's see if I can say that word. Hardying. They start hardying up. I cannot say that. After that, and in about 3 weeks to a month, depending on what time of the year it is. It's pretty mild right now, so I think I can go 3 weeks. And I'll be putting them out on tractors, which you've probably seen in other videos that I've done, which are out in the field out there. They'll be on the tractors out on fresh grass every day. Every day after they leave this brooder, I will expand them out into the rest of this brooder across this way in a few days, so they have enough space. But in these first few days, I want to make sure they have easy access to light, to the heat light, because they need to keep their body temperature over 90. And so it's tough those first few days. After that, though, they start hardening up, and I can spread them out more. And then by the end of 3 weeks, they should be able to handle being out on the tractors and the elements that are out there. Not complete elements, they're covered, but you understand what I'm saying. So they're doing well, and they should be ready about mid-September, I think. So I just wanted to remind you, if you like watching this kind of thing, or if you want to keep up with His Good Treasure Farm and what we're doing with our chickens and our pigs and that sort of thing, please like our page on Facebook, His Good Treasure Farm. Also, we have a YouTube channel, so like and subscribe on the YouTube channel as well, so that you can keep up with what we're doing here at His Good Treasure Farm. Have a great day.